is a complex sentence? Complex sentences are of the four types of the sentence based on the structure, and these four are simple, complex, compound, and compound complex. Complex sentence is that contain a dependent clause. Only complex sentence and compound sentence have them. Dependent clause are clauses that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. My name is Dr. Vyas. In this video, I will explain how to structure complex sentence. Watch the brief video for understanding structure of complex sentence. Subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for watching the upcoming video. Sentence with an independent clause and one or more dependent clause. So you can create a complex sentence by placing a subordinate conjunction before the sentence is less important. Here you can see few subordinate conjunction. These all are subordinate conjunction after, although, as, before, even though, so that, if, when, where, and whereas. So these coordinate conjunctions are used to connect the independent and dependent clause in the complex sentence. Here I am going to share one example, and example is that after the movie started, I decided I want popcorn. In this sentence, we have two clauses. One is the dependent clauses after the movie started, and I decided I wanted popcorn is the independent clause. So it's a combination of dependent and independent clause. Complex sentence has two methods. The first method is that first we take independent clause and then the dependent clause. Its example is I decided I want popcorn after the movie start. Here I decided I wanted popcorn is an independent clause, whereas after the movie start is a dependent clause. And as you know, the dependent clause cannot stand alone, because it's when we use the coordinate conjunction, it is a fragmented sentence. So its second method is that first we take the dependent clause, then comma and independent clause. Its example is after the movie started, I decided I wanted popcorn. So in this sentence, first we take the dependent clause and we use a comma, and then I decided I want to popcorn is the independent clause. No, you can find the difference between these two methods. In first method, if we use the dependent clause of at the second clause, then there is no need to use the comma. But if we use the dependent clause first, then we use the comma. So that is the difference between the two methods of complex sentence. Now I would like to share another example of complex sentence. After the sunset, we built a campfire. So you can see first dependent clause, then we use comma. We built a campfire is independent clause. So when we join the dependent clause and independent clause, then we may the complex sentence. So if we take the independent class first, we build a campfire after the sunset. So in this sentence, independent class is the first and dependent class then we use. So there is no need to comma when the dependent classes come at the beginning of the sentence. So these are the example of next complex sentence, and as you know, in complex sentence there is a one independent class and one or more dependent class. Now I would like to share the few examples here. So examples are the independent class, the company use robots which can work 24 hours a day. In this sentence, first is the company use robots is an independent class which can work 24 hours is the dependent class. Similarly, robots will replace employee who cannot work around the clock. So independent class and dependent class, and here we have used the relative pronoun. Production was average before the company installed robots. So it's an other example. Now take annual sale are now are more 1 million because production meet buyer demands. So these are the example of a complex sentence, and here you can see the difference between the independent clause and the dependent clause. Next, complex sentence with relative clauses. First, relative pronoun, or what is the relative pronoun? That, which, who, whom, that relate a relative clauses with another word in this sentence are called relative pronoun. Based upon on relative pronoun, we construct the relative clauses. A group of words that begin with the relative pronoun that, which, who, whom, and include a verb, but cannot stand alone as a sentence. Now, I would like to share a few examples. This is a hand-woven rug that we purchase at the mall. So, here in this sentence, that is the relative pronoun and that we purchase at the mall is the relative clause. Similarly, we really like the rugs. It is an independent clause which is the relative pronoun and which is the handmade is the relative clause. Amy, who sold us the rug, said the rug took 6 months to produce by hand. Here, who sold the rug is the relative clause. So, that is that we can construct the complex sentence by using the relative pronoun in the relative clauses. No, for a few helpful hint. Helpful. Complex sentence often show cause and effect in writing. So whenever you are going to write and you want to show cause and effect, use the complex sentence. Second hint is that in order to identify complex sentence, look for subordinate conjunction. So you have to look the subordinate conjunction. If subordinate conjunction have been used in this sentence, then you can predict that it is a complex sentence. And 3. There is no comma before the subordinate conjunction in the complex sentence. So, so these are the three hints that we use in the complex sentence. I hope that you have understand the concept of the complex sentence. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for watching the another video. Thank you very much.